Hello everyone, welcome to the Crossroads Podcast, the PlayStation voice of Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, Boss Rush Games dual shocker with dual senses. Come on guys, that was pretty good. Come on.
I wouldn't know what a dual sense is like, LeRon. I got the dual shock still.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is to hold.
Hey, but you got the touchpad.
Hey, but trigger feedback.
Hey, but you got the touchpad. It touches you. So, and you.
That's what I use the Vita for.
Oh, you hit the front and the back. I see. I got you.
Especially if you play Galgun, you know what I'm talking about.
And as you guys can see, my compatriots are here with me tonight. Everyone say hello to our very own typo queen, Nelly Lott. And the PlayStation doctor, Austin Campbell, is also here, and he's given his PlayStation Vita a questionable amount of love these days.
Oh, it has all the love. There's no question about it.
What's good, guys? How y'all doing?
Fantastic. I got applesauce.
Great. I got a pina colada Fanta, which I didn't know they made until...
Actually, I found out about a couple of weeks ago myself because my roommate, she came in. She ever since she's had her baby, she's been waiting for like that 6-month hump to get past, because she's been breastfeeding and stuff. She was waiting for it because as soon as she got past that point, she got back on the mixed drinks and stuff. and so she brought in like a big ass bag from Walmart, and I knew it was a bunch of 2 liters in there. But when she was unpacking them, I was like, pina colada Fanta. I was like, oh, okay, what we drinking tonight? You let's do this. What are we drinking tonight?
She's like, just pina colada Fanta. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, LeRon?
Which, you know what, is all good with me. As a matter of fact, my favorite flavor of Bang is the pina colada Bang.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, I love it.
Anything flavored pina colada, I'm in. Like, I'm just in. Gum, drinks, anything.
Every pina colada chewing gum I've gotten, though, the flavor only lasts like 5 seconds. That's
the problem.
I like, and then it's like every 3 or 4 minutes you might get a hint of coconut.
People in the chat should give me more things that are pina colada flavored. If you know anything of pina colada flavored, send me a picture so I can order it and give it to my house. Or just send it to my house, period. That's cool.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Cut the middleman out and just send it to me.
Yep. All right, so the PlayStation 5 has landed, and last week was just sheer chaos. Some people were able to get their hands on systems. Some people were told they'd have to wait. There's a lottery going around for people to try and get in on the next round of pre-orders. Walmart, Target, Amazon. It's all just chaos just right now. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. Basically, I'm just kind of glad that I lucked up, and I'll tell my story a little bit later. But I lucked up on the PS5 because I was also locked out of the pre-order blitz that happened. What date was that when it happened? I can't remember. It was a Tuesday night. We were streaming.
Yeah.
It was a Tuesday night. The pre-orders, like, I got an email from Best Buy saying pre-orders are live because we had just got through watching the PlayStation event. Pre-orders were live. A minute later, I was on Best Buy's website and had no luck.
Yeah.
All of us did.
Yeah, we were searching every website, Target, Best Buy.
Yeah.
GameStop even.
Yeah.
Just anything.
On launch day, Walmart actually had rolling updates where they were putting them back on the shelves and stuff. I want to say there was a 12 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, a 6 p.m. and a 9 p.m. Rush. If you went to Walmart.com, and I swear, like, I tried for a couple of them, and I got them into my cart, and it was basically a repeat of the Best Buy situation because I got them in my cart, and when I was trying to pay for it, put my card in and stuff like that, it was just going down.
Yep.
I tried Circuit City, man. Still didn't have any.
Man, if you're striking out at Circuit City, man.
I didn't know Circuit City was still around.
I don't think it is.
I'm
not sure.
That was the joke.
Oh, okay.
That was the joke.
Okay.
I know it's not around here. I don't know if it's around at all. They may have been closed down.
Are H&H Greg still around?
I think so.
I don't know.
H&H
I know Guys is still around.
Okay. H&H Greg was, if I'm not mistaken, was a store that started cropping up, to replace Circuit Cities.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And I've only seen B&H video online. Is there an actual store for B&H Video?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen them. I've never seen the actual brick and mortar.
I'm on the H.H. Greg website, so.
Do you think Rent-A-Center has a PS5?
Man,
Rent?
do you want to have kids? Because that's how much you're gonna have to pay to get one. you have to pay up your unborn son.
I don't know if that's a possibility though. Like, does Rent-A-Center have PS5s? I don't think. Maybe no one ever thought about it, and they're just like sitting with all these PS5s that you could rent and not selling them. Let me look at this. Rent-A-Center or Aaron's. I forgot about Aaron's.
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 What would be the markup on those? Oh, do we have any questions tonight?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Well,
I didn't see any when I looked, but then again, I've been busy all day.
I got my sources. I got my.
Oh God. No Rule 34 sources.
Okay.
Only fan sources.
Oh, go.
Okay, I'm on Circuit City's website too.
Wait, what? What?
Wait, does Circuit City have PS5s?
I feel like I'm being punked. Hold on.
No, I really am on Circuit City.
I feel like I'm being punked. Oh my God.
They must still be around somewhere.
Yo, they're selling laptops and computers and.
Huh.
Wait. They've got the Nintendo Switch listed. Hold on. They're still in business somewhere. Where are they operating out of? I need to Wikipedia them now. Here I was thinking Nelly was pulling my leg.
It might be in the Midwest somewhere. I mean, we still have like family videos and stuff like that.
Oh, y'all remember Hollywood Videos?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Next to the Game Crazy.
We still have
Okay, revivals.
What is that place called?
Looks like there was a revival of Circuit City.
Not EB Games, but
EB Toys.
What's up, Celeste? Happy Tuesday. Fairy Crypt is in the chat.
Howdy, Celeste.
Okay. Aaron's does not have PS5s, but they do have PS4s. And you can pay $100 a month for 12 months. So that's $1,200.
Wow.
For a PS4.
Bro, I got by for $200. They better go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Circuit City Corporation officially relaunched the brand name as an online retailer and announced plans to begin operating as a store within the store chain. So basically, we might see Circuit Cities popping up inside like other retailers.
Circuit City inside of Best Buy. Okay, I like that. No, I'm just playing.
Wait, former subsidiaries. CarMax was used as an auto superstore developed in '91 at Circuit City by. Okay, you know what? Learn something new every day. Thanks, Nelly.
Have any of you all seen a CarMax in real life?
CarMax, yeah. As a matter of fact, I want to say I'm about a 15-minute drive from a CarMax.
Huh.
Nelly, I had not Nelly, I'm sorry. Celeste, I had what's called a Pick 3 noodle bowl from the Pho restaurant. Chicken, beef, and spring rolls, all in a nice little like noodle package with the Vietnamese signature like shredded cucumbers, carrots, bean sprouts, all that stuff, and man, it was delicious.
That sounds good.
I like how a Pow Block moderator came on and tried to start snack talk, start snack tendo.
I had brats and macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
Dinner. And then yes, Celeste. Of course, I'm rocking the Christmas tree because it's after Thanksgiving, therefore it's officially, or it's not, or it's after Halloween, therefore it's already Christmas time.
Oh, you one of those? Because
according to my wife,
I meant to chastise you. I meant to chastise you 3 weeks ago when that damn thing was up.
Yeah, my cousin pointed it out.
Yeah, my wife said, what was that? November 1st. Yeah, she's like, Christmas tree's going up, and I said, yes, ma'am.
Good answer. So, Celeste, what'd you have for dinner tonight?
Is Ellie gonna dress up like an elf?
I don't know. Does Ellie have an elf costume, Katie? No. Should we get her an elf costume?
Sure.
Okay. If we do Secret Santa, I know Nelly will get
I
Ellie.
her a gnome costume.
Oh, a gnome costume?
Aldi had some.
Oh, Aldi had some. Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe she'll be a gnome. Maybe.
You know me. I send Ellie something. I spoil everybody's animals.
All right. So you ready to get? Yeah, y'all ready to get on with the show?
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out the way here. All right. I made instant pot barbecue ribs and corn on the. This girl she threw down. Oh my god.
I can't wait to come back and visit.
She threw down. Jeez. Were they short ribs?
I need to learn how to make stuff in the instant pot.
You know what?
Man.
I've been meaning to make freaking chicken tacos in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna do it. I've just been lazy.
I will. I told my cousin I was coming to visit her, so I was like, I got a friend now. So.
Oh, the rack of ribs. Wait, how big is your Instant Pot?
Like
a rack? Jeez.
She's got like an industrial size.
I know. I know. She's like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. Like she throw a whole human being in the damn thing.
Hopefully, those are pig ribs.
Oh man, I'm hungry all over again. I just ate like an hour and a half ago. I'm hungry all over again now. Shoot. 6 quart. Okay, that's decent size. That's decent size. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's get into it. This is episode 13 of Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Each week, we come together to bring you the latest in news, rumors, games, and discussions in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads is live here on twitch.tv/Exodus803, its new home, Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are glad you all out there can join us and be a part of the conversation. If you can't join us live, be sure to head over to youtube.com/BossRushGames or your favorite podcast service every Thursday to listen to the show. Remember to like, share, rate, subscribe, and review us whenever you check out our show. It helps out immensely with our discoverability. Also, check out our family of podcast shows available on BossRushGames.com and your favorite podcast services. So, before we roll into it, hello, my pretties.
Like I said, I just hope those were pork ribs. I hope it's not children's ribs.
Or beef ribs.
Beef ribs, yeah.
Or beef ribs.
Yep.
Anything but children. Don't eat children. I don't endorse it.
No. What do we look like? Animals?
Not on Crossroads PlayStation podcast.
Exactly.
Maybe trash talk.
Yeah. Save it for Arsenal.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into tonight's news and events topics, here are some quick PlayStation blurbs the Crossroads crew thought you might be interested in. Starting with, Sony and Adidas have joined forces for Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales' shoes. Yep, you heard that right. If you want to walk a mile in Spider-Man shoes, you know, those red and black Adidas that can be seen whenever Miles is swinging around Manhattan, they will be available for purchase starting November 19th. They're called the Superstar shoes, and if you go over to the Adidas website right now, you can check them out over there. I'm not sure if pre-orders are available for it yet, but that's where they're at.
Quick bet. Do you think those will sell out faster than PS5s?
You know what? I think they're.
Because I think they can.
I think they will.
Shoe people are crazy,
yeah,
man.
I think they will. Honestly. Yeah, as a matter of fact, some people don't even have a chance on this one, to be honest with you. The Superstar shoes will sell for $90 in adult sizes and $75 for kids. I put the link to the Adidas website where you can check them out, and man, they look nice. If you've seen Miles Morales rocking them in the game, like you know exactly what they look like, and it's nice to behold. All right, second blurb is PlayStation 5's DualSense controllers now supported in Steam. All right, yes, you guys heard that correctly. Valve has announced that the DualSense controllers now supported in the current Steam client beta. Revealed in the Steam client beta's latest patch notes, the initial support for the PS5 DualSense controller has been added, but features such as rumble, trackpad, and gyro are not yet supported. Basically, it's an early thing, but being able to use your PS5 controller, on PC. That's kind of a big deal because I use my PS4 controller all the time for most of my games that I play on PC. Next up, Nioh 1 and 2 Remastered are announced for PlayStation 5 as well as a PC release coming soon. Koei Tecmo and Sony has announced that Nioh 1 and Nioh 2 are coming to PS5 as remastered collections in 2021 and that Nioh 2 is coming to the PC. February 5th, we'll see 4 Nioh games releasing over 3 different platforms. PS5 players will be able to take advantage of the Nioh collection, which contains Nioh Remastered and Nioh 2 Remastered, or they can buy those games separately as individual releases. PS4 and PC players can grab Nioh 2, the complete edition, which packages the base game as well as its 3 DLC expansions, which are Tengu's Discipline, Darkness in the Capital, and The First Samurai. Players who opt to buy Nioh 2's complete edition on PS4 will be able to upgrade to the PS5 remaster at no additional cost should they upgrade their console to the next generation. Additionally, the owners of Nioh 2 base game on PS4 can upgrade to the remaster on PS5, although any DLC they don't own will not be included. And our last blurb for tonight is Deathloop has finally gotten its release date. All right. So the game's planned release date now is for May 21 of 2021, and it'll be coming to both PC and PlayStation 5. Deathloop, the retro-inspired time-looping shooter where 2 rival assassins hunt each other down, was originally revealed in 2019 at E3 and was planned for release this year in 2020. However, due to the coronavirus, actually, wasn't it supposed to be a launch title or very close to launch?
I thought it was supposed to be released in December for some odd reason.
Okay, so we're thinking holiday title, and okay, I heard some things where it might have been around launch, but okay. However, due to the coronavirus concerns and the work from home policies at Arcane Studios, the game was delayed until spring of 2021. So there you have it. To get all the scoops on all these blurbs, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them out and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page, which is at @PS_Crossroads. Now, let's break into the show. It's time for tonight's news and events.
Boop, boop.
All right. So first off, and this is a big one because we like to come heavy with this stuff. PlayStation 5 backwards compatibility. What PS4 games can you play? Okay. So, as a lot of you out there already know, the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible with PS4 games. But how backwards compatible is it really? PlayStation 5 backwards compatibility means that you'll be able to download games that you purchased from the PlayStation Store on PS4 and play them on PS5. You'll also be able to insert physical PS4 discs into the PS5 if you got the physical version, not the digital version. I don't make the rules. And play them on the next-gen console. Knowing all of this, Sony confirmed ahead of the release of the PlayStation 5 system that the overwhelming majority of PlayStation 4 games will work on PS5 at the time of launch. It is since added that it expects 99% of PS4 games to be compatible on the PS5. It's a very exciting prospect to say the least, considering that over the years, gamers have gotten a very bad case of fatigue where you basically have to shelve the previous system or just live with the fact that you no longer are playing your older games. But there's a little bit of a wrinkle here, and then this is where things get a little murky. On last week's show, we mentioned that there are some games that are confirmed that will not work on PS5. There was 10 total that we've seen a list of that supported no backwards compatibility whatsoever on PlayStation, on PS5. While the vast majority of PS4 games will work on the new system and take advantage of the tech available on PS5 to making the games work flawlessly or enhance the experience, there are some exceptions. There's a list of games out there that may exhibit some sort of errors on the PlayStation 5, and the list is pretty big out there. All right, so before I break down this list, is this any sort of surprise to you guys?
No.
Right, no.
You mean to tell me that Sony's having a troubled time with backwards compatibility? I'm shocked.
I mean, Sony giveth and Sony taketh away. Remember that? Because, I mean, like, PS3 was a big deal. Like, the system started off, it was fully backwards compatible going back to the first system. And then as things slowly progressed, all of a sudden, like, no, you couldn't play anything except PS1 games on it. And then eventually that went away.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I think it's just it's like a Sony thing. And whenever they said, "Oh yeah, we fully expect that mostly all of our titles, 99%, mostly all, like just every adjective you can throw in there," and I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. Well, I'm surprised the list isn't bigger. To be quite honest.
You mean bigger than a 10?
Well, the 10 I know that was, which is another weird story, is like those 10 games came out and the developers for those games didn't even know that they were on that list.
Yeah.
Like they came out and were like, Sony never contacted us. We could try to fix it and all this stuff. So it's pretty wild. And then now, like the list that I think you're about to rattle off is there's plenty of other games that wasn't on that list that are having problems with it as well. So
yeah, some of the games I'm about to list are some of the more noteworthy games on the list. But what's cool about that though, about the games that you were mentioning that were not playable at all on PS4, we've had a lot of developers come out and say, hey, we're going to try and make these games playable on your system, which means that's awesome, because there's a time when developers dropped the game and they just forgot about the fan base after that. They were like, oh, next title.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. At least they listening to the fans now. So.
All right, so some of those games. Here goes a small list of some of the games on the list. I've already provided a link if you want to check out the full story in our Twitch chat. But some of the games to know are Ape Escape 2, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Batman Return to Arkham, both Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Infinite Warfare, Game of Thrones, Geometry Wars 3. This one shocked me. These next two shocked me. Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, and Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. That one threw me.
That's a big one. That's a big one that's having a problem. Whereas you can play that on Games Pass.
Right?
With no problem.
Yeah.
That's a lot right there.
I mean, I know I'm supposed to be a Sony fanboy here, but
at our core though, we love video games.
Yeah, and that's not good. It's not good for Sony.
Yeah. Little Big Planet 3, that's another one that kind of threw me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
y'all's own game.
Yeah, that's a first party Sony title. Mafia 3, both the complete edition and the definitive edition are on there. MLB The Show versions 14 through 19, as well as NBA 2K19 and 2K20, Need for Speed, Prey, Primal. Here's another game that threw me: Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. I didn't pay attention to that.
That is one of my favorite games.
What?
Yes. And remember the definitive edition was the one that was re-released because it was originally on PS3.
Exactly.
It was re-released.
What?
Yeah. Star Ocean Second Evolution and Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Star Ocean Second Evolution is a big deal because Star Ocean Second Evolution is a remake of one of the first Star Ocean games to come to the PS1. Like a lot of people never even played a Star Ocean game until that Star Ocean game came out. Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is a VR game, which, VR is kind of like in a weird spot right now on PS5. And then, go ahead.
I was gonna say I also find it weird that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan is on this list when you can't even buy the game digitally anymore because the license got eaten up.
Yeah.
So like if you have a physical copy of Mutants in Manhattan, you could actually sell it for quite a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't. So sorry.
Oh, he said I won't.
But I won't. Even though it's not that great of a Turtles game.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Honestly, if you got the game, it's just a novelty item.
Yeah.
All right.
My favorite is still one on Nintendo. I don't know, original Nintendo.
What?
Arcade.
That game? Oh, the arcade. I was about to say no, because that the one by Ultra Games, that game was hard as hell.
It's like Battletoads, but worse.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yes. No. I'm talking about the arcade.
Okay. Now here's something to take note of. Another game that some players are discovering of not being compatible with the PS5, despite not being on the list of the mentioned games, the 10 mentioned games, is Nier Automata. That's a title that shocked more than a handful of gamers upon discovering that neither the disc nor the digital version of the game will run on PS5. I checked a couple of days ago, and you see it on the store, but it has listed playable on PlayStation 4. Now last night I saw it and it looked like they may have fixed it, but it looks like it's the collection, the big collection edition. Well, I forget the actual title of it because I need to play the Nier games, but I have yet to play any of them.
You definitely need to play Nier, but wait for the remaster.
The remaster?
It might be worth it. Might be worth it just to play the remaster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much of this is Sony's fault and how much of this is developers just like going in, switching a button, and it being good to go.
That reminds me of the whole Aliens Colonial Marines thing. Remember when it was like one number that was off in the code and was ruining the game?
Yeah. I feel like maybe something along those lines, because I feel like if it really was a big problem like this, it wouldn't take this quick just for games to be like, all right, we fixed it and we're done.
Yeah. Well, I still think it's impressive though, because just imagine we could not have had backwards compatibility at all. We quite have possibly been just having like basically an entire cabinet full of PlayStations to play all of our old games. I mean, I still have my PS3. My PS3 is in a box in the back of my closet somewhere, but I still have my PS3.
Yeah, so do I.
My PS4 is retired. It's sitting inside the box that the PS5 came out of. But I haven't made thoughts of getting rid of it yet, and it's nice to know that the library of games I have I can actually play. Which is a funny story because I was trying to take advantage of the buy two get one free sale that Target had last weekend, and I picked up a copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4 because I didn't want to. My logic was I didn't want to buy the digital copy of the game and have it take up so much real estate in my system. We're gonna come back to that later though, because there's a funny story in that a little bit later when we get to our Q&A section. So I was like, okay, well, I need to take advantage of this buy two get one free, because it's buy two get one free is the dumbest thing, because like if you're not actually matching the game's price per price, you're actually getting ripped off in all seriousness. So here I am. I was like, but you know what? I'm like, I got Final Fantasy VII. I need to find a couple more games. They didn't have any PS5 games that I wanted. Because I'm going to play Call of Duty. I'm going to play Call of Duty, but I want to get it on PC. So I was looking, and ultimately I wound up getting Final Fantasy 7. I got the BioShock collection on Switch, thanks to your recommendation, Austin. Thanks. Actually,
The
thanks.
greatest trilogy of all time.
Thanks to your
And I will fight anyone over it.
So how does it play on? Have you played it on Switch?
Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay.
My Switch hasn't seen the light of day since the PlayStation 5 came into the
Okay.
house.
No, I was gonna ask you how did it play. That's all.
I was about to say, don't tell me that they suck on Switch. I would be really sad.
Actually, no. I checked out. It wasn't Digital Foundry's review for it. I checked out somebody else's review on it, and they say it plays very well. On the Switch, especially in handheld mode. It plays better. They say it plays better in handheld mode than it plays in dock mode.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was curious because I have it for 360.
Here's
And
the
I know.
here's the thing about it though. I already have all 3 of these games, so I don't even know why I wasted my money and bought them again. I have them on the PC.
These are the greatest games of all time,
That's because
LeBron.
I was about to say it's a great series. It's a great series.
I think both you, Austin, and Pal Block's Dan Murphy though. Like y'all both talked me up on that one because I also the buy 2 get 1 free was enticing enough. So yeah, I got Final Fantasy 7 Remake, the BioShock collection, and I was looking for a third game on the pickup, and it was probably going to be my free game, and it wound up being my free game. So guess what I got?
Godfall.
Oh God, no.
Wait, hold on.
Actually,
Did you get Bugsnax?
Actually, that game I got that for free. Off the store, off the PlayStation store.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. I wound up getting DBZ Kakarot for PS4, and then as I was driving home, a buddy of mine, he started texting me. He was livid about Nier Automata not being playable on PS5, and I was like, oh no. I was like, well, I know Final Fantasy 7 is going to play, but what if I just got this damn Dragon Ball game and I can't play it? Because the only way I'm going to find out if I can play it is I'd have to open the game.
Open it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was sweating, but I was actually able to, but it actually runs. And as far as I can tell, it runs no problems. So yeah, there was my mini heart attack for the weekend. but thanks, Austin, for recommending the BioShock game, because I guarantee it's gonna get some travel time. It will.
It should
get it now.
All right. So out there in the chat, if you guys have any thoughts on the I'm gonna call it a debacle with the PS4 backwards compatibility. I mean, for the most part though, we can rejoice. The vast majority of PS4 games work on the system, so that's great, because like I said earlier, we could not have had it at all. We could just been like, oh, play your 11 PS5 games that are available in stores right now.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If they did that again, I'd have to be out. I'd have to wait a long time to get a PS5 for that, if that was the case, because there's so many games on PS4 I just haven't even got to, man. Like,
yeah,
it's insane.
Well, oh,
what's up?
I see. Because I'm worried about this. I'm worried about Days Gone. I want to play that so bad.
Days Gone?
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, Days Gone does not have any issues.
Okay.
I think it got an update.
It did.
PS5, especially. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it got updated.
We talked about
it.
that.
It got pre-updated before the PS5 came out.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about that. It did. I saw somebody streaming it today. I was like, man, I forgot how much I want to play this game.
You know what? I'm ready to play Last of Us 2. I hadn't played it yet. I'm ready to play it though.
Me
I haven't
too.
played it either.
But I'm trying to figure out, should I play Last of Us Remastered first?
I mean, you can knock it out in like 2 days. If you have like a good 2 days, you can knock it out easy.
Yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing all my gaming, because I'm slammed with homework right now.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and move on, because I know you guys are ready to hear my impressions on Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yes.
This is not a review, but I am going to talk about it.
Are we spoiler free here? Spoiler free?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we are.
Okay.
That's good. Good.
As a matter of fact, I'll give you a quick synopsis, but spoiler free, because you guys have already played Spider-Man on PS4. All right, so Miles Morales picks up a year after the first game's conclusion. Morales has been training under Peter Parker and has fully integrated himself into the role of a Spider-Man. A Spider-Man, not the Spider-Man. Though he has yet to gain the experience of being a Spider-Man. After Peter Parker leaves to join MJ, who's now a reporter for... Wait, actually, wasn't she a reporter for Daily Bugle in the last game? Or was she doing something else? I can't remember. It's been so long since I played.
I said I had to go back and play it, so...
Yeah. All right. But basically, Peter and MJ are abroad. He's going as her photographer while she covers the ongoing civil war in Symkaria. Miles. That said, Miles is left as New York's sole web slinger. Now he's learning how he must balance supporting his mother's campaign for city council and defending both his new home in Harlem. Yes, he's moved. And the rest of New York City from a gang war between Roxxon Energy Corporation and a high-tech criminal army called the Underground. All right, so let me just go ahead and say this first. The first thing you're going to notice about Spider-Man Miles Morales is that the game barely has any loading times. I didn't say no loading times. I just said barely any loading times. Mm-hmm. From basically cold start to the game, I want to say my wait was like around maybe 11 seconds.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. I may be a little off in my timing because I didn't actually pull out a stopwatch and time it. But I'm serious when I tell you that when I sit there, I start the game loads, you select your save file, and you get to the game. It is not long at all. So that was one of the first things that impressed me about it. The game, Miles Morales, the game is clearly optimized for PS5. I hate to say that. It probably sounds like they were like, hey, the PS5 is coming around the corner. Just build this game, which was supposed to be expansion for Spider-Man for the PS5, because of course you can only get it on PS5. Yeah, but. It's one of those things where, like I said, the load times are amazing, and the way this game uses ray tracing thanks to the game's fidelity mode option is crazy. It's something that console gamers have to witness because it's truly a feature that's going to make this generation's games feel like next gen. The ray tracing, all the little effects and things that go on in the game. It's incredible. Like I wasn't ready for it, and I'm a PC gamer. I wasn't ready for a console game to do this, and I was floored.
So when you fast travel, how instant is it?
It's pretty fast. You know what? As a matter of fact, I had to get like a correlation because fast travel. You can fast travel now without seeing the subway scenes. Like
right. Basically, it's just.
Yeah, by default, you can fast travel. Like by default, fast travel is you don't have to see subway scenes. I turned the subway scenes on, and the subway scenes was maybe like 7 or 8 seconds. Mm-hmm. It wasn't.
That's not long at all.
And crazy part was you actually saw like how like in the previous game Spider-Man was on the subway doing something and stuff. There was one. Right. There was one where where Miles was standing on there, and you remember the invisibility mode that he learned in Into the Spider-Verse. He's in that cloaked mode, and someone bumps into him. Like you actually get to see a whole little exchange. Like someone bumps into him and everything. It's like what was that? And then like scene's over, and you're in your new spot.
Oh, that's quick.
I can't
wait to see. I'll probably turn on the subway scenes just to see those little bitty.
Yeah, like they're cool. They're cool.
Yeah, I like stuff like that, like little details like that. That's what gets me hooked on.
Like the Skyrim details, the Skyrim tips that they would show every load screen. And then when I got a PC and it went to load screen to back to play, I was like, hey, I didn't even get to read it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I hate that. Well, that happens in this game too. Like it loads so fast sometimes that like I don't get to read the hints. But real quickly, let me just speak about ray tracing, because ray tracing is kind of a big deal for gaming this console generation. Even though technically it's been around for a little over a year, thanks to Nvidia's and the RTX cards that came out, the 20 series RTX cards. Ray tracing is a technique that makes light in video games behave the same way it would in real life. Basically, it works by simulating actual light rays using an algorithm to trace the path that a beam of light would take if it were in the physical world. Essentially, gamers essentially game designers can make virtual rays of light. I'm getting tongue tied here. I'm sorry. Game designers can make virtual rays of light appear to bounce off of objects. They can cast realistic shadows and create lifelike reflections. Now, here's the cool thing about that. If you want to see the reflections in action, just turn on fidelity mode in Miles Morales and perch somewhere atop the city and just pan the camera. You'll see reflections of everything, and it's crazy because this is in real time. This is in real time. This is not. Well, I mean, it's simulated because ray tracing is simulation, but still, like it's not what we're used to on seeing in PS3 and PS2. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, we didn't see reflections in PS2.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, we saw what was rendered in PS3, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. I don't know. It all gets lost in translation to me sometimes, because like there was a brief time when I shifted from being a console gamer to a PC gamer. But now that these new consoles are here and we're actually seeing that, hey, they're trying to keep up with what PC is available. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You add in the realistic shadows, and when you add realistic lighting and shadow effects and reflections, games basically are catapulted to a new level. So I can't wait for you guys to actually get a chance to play Miles Morales. I'm hoping you guys get a PS5 soon. Do
you suggest waiting for the PS5 to play it, or do you say, nah, just play it on PS4 now?
Wait, Miles Morales is on PS4?
Yeah,
it is.
Play it on PS4.
Honestly, if you want to play the game and you just want to have the experience, go ahead and play it on PS4. But if you actually want to see next gen stuff on a console, you might want to wait for the PS5.
Yeah, I want to wait.
And you know what? That's the other thing. With the fidelity mode turned on, basically puts the game down at 30 frames per second. And you guys know me. I'm kind of an FPS junkie. Like, I like games that can run at 60 frames or higher. But I didn't even mind playing this game at 30 frames per second in the fidelity mode, because the game was just too gorgeous. Like, swinging through the city, like you don't have to be going like super fast and stuff like that, because you still feel like you're moving. It's not like the original Gears of War game where it felt like you were running in molasses,
right?
with lead in your boots.
Have you unlocked the Spider-Verse suit yet?
I did, and I immediately had to turn it off. Wait. Okay, I have the Spider-Verse suit, which is cool.
Okay.
There's a mod though that like the suit mods. There's a mod though that simulates the Spider-Verse effect. The thing is though, it makes his movement glitchy, like how it was in the movie.
Right.
That messed me up, because at first I thought there was something wrong with my game, and then when I realized it was the mod, I had to turn the mod off.
Yeah, I remember when they showed off the Spider-Verse suit, they made it look like it did in the movie. And I thought that was really cool, but I was like, I wouldn't want that all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's really cool for like picture mode maybe, or video mode.
Mm-hmm.
Do a small recording, but to play as, no.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird to the point where it really disrupted my gameplay, so I had to turn it off. Let me see. One of the main things though, like, I honestly had to see the system flex, and the only way to see what the technology can do is to turn up all the effects, and that's basically what fidelity mode does for this game. I did play the game for a small bit of time in performance mode, which is basically it unlocks it to the full 60 frames per second. Of course, like the ray tracing and some of the other effects are turned off and things like that. And seeing it, I did have a small adjustment period, because like I started the game in fidelity mode. So I was used to 30 frames per second. So when I put on performance mode, I was like, ooh, wow! Like I'm getting a little dizzy just playing the game. Even it's running buttery smooth and stuff, but my brain had gotten used to the 30 frames per second mode. So, but honestly, I was like, all side effects aside, I was like, I need to put the game back in fidelity mode. The game just looks too good.
Mm.
Yeah.
that little motion sickness. I know what you're going through.
Yeah. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this game. It's a launch game, so if I'm going to go by the launch game scale, it's looking like a 10 right now, and I haven't beaten it yet, but I played about 40% of the way through the game. The story is tight. Getting back into the game, like, I immediately, even though I hadn't played the original Spider-Man in a little over 2 years, actually about 2 years, not a little over, it was about 2 years. I haven't played the original Spider-Man in about 2 years. It was almost like I didn't even forget how to play the game, because like the same mechanics are there, except tweaked a little bit better and stuff like that. So like the web swinging and zipping around the city and all that stuff, it came back to me like that.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting.
Oh, and the first boss fight. Okay, so you remember the boss fights from the original Spider-Man game?
Mm.
The first
Yeah.
The first boss fight felt like the final boss fight against Doc Ock in the first game.
So they start out strong.
That's how crazy that was, and that's without me giving any spoilers of the game. Like you fight a traditional Spider-Man villain as the first boss.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited just to get that machine in my house and just play. I think I gotta start out with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm starting off with Miles.
It was the only.
I already know that.
It's the only PS5 game I actually bought. Like, I mean, it's not like there's other games I could have got. Like, I consider Demon Souls, but at the same time, I'm kind of a wuss. I don't like getting my soul crushed like that.
You haven't played the superior game of the generation Bugsnax yet?
Not yet. It's on my hard drive though.
Lucky snacks.
I mean, okay, so basically, just remember, guys, if you're out there listening right now, just remember you have until mid-January to take advantage of the free copy of Bugsnax on the on the PlayStation Store through PlayStation Plus. After that, you will have to pay for it.
Yeah, and even if you don't have a PS5, you can still add it to your library.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Yeah, so just remember that. As a matter of fact, I've gone back in that mode because I stopped doing that when I had my PlayStation Plus. I used to just log on, just download the games just to have them in the library. I stopped doing that long before I canceled my PlayStation Plus membership, but then I came back and started doing it with the PS5.
Nice.
I want all the free games.
I have a problem. I'm like a digital hoarder, and that's kind of bad given that you don't have but so much space in the console to deal with right now. But yeah, that's pretty much my impressions of Spider-Man Miles Morales. It is a must-buy for anyone who has a PlayStation 5 system, or anyone who's a fan of the Spider-Man franchise, or anyone that just likes action games. And I mean, Insomniac, they've been doing a phenomenal job for a long time. Like they know how to put a game out on PlayStation. They do.
They do.
Yeah. So I can't say enough about it. Go out there, check it out. Even if you don't have a PlayStation yet, I would say go ahead and just buy yourself a copy of the game. It's not like this game is going anywhere, but you never know. Sometimes games get scarce, and we're coming up on the holiday season, and they might be hard to find on the shelves when people start snatching them up and when they get their consoles and stuff like that. So just take note. It's a must buy. It's worth it. If you don't want to spend the money on the Ultimate Edition, you don't have to. Spider-Man Miles Morales is $50. So it's cheaper than the brand new games. The Ultimate Edition matches the price of the brand new game, so it's $70 for the Ultimate Edition, but you're getting 2 games for that. Mm-hmm. So that's that. I guess it's time for the PS5 Q&A. So I'll turn over to you guys because I know you guys are ready to like just have at me.
Nelly, you got any questions?
Other than the load times, I think that's pretty good.
Okay, well, let's talk about load times for a moment here because I've been playing Miles Morales and I have played Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS5, and the load times the load times are not bad. We spoke about load times last week from the breakdown from GameSpot, and the jury's still out on that because if at the time that the GameSpot video came out, it was a situation where like they were playing the games pre-patch, no enhancement, stuff like that. So load times were what they were, and we saw that the Xbox Series X was basically just beating the brakes off the PlayStation 5. That being said, though, I will say this because I had a PS4 and I played some of these games on the PS4, and the load times are significantly better than they were on the previous console for the PS4 games. But there's still some work, and I think when Sony starts optimizing these games to play on PS5, we're gonna see a completely different ball game being played here. I'm not saying they're gonna be better than the Xbox Series X because I don't know. I haven't really broken down the tech between the two systems, honestly. About a month or so ago, on the Boss Rush podcast, I did talk with Ed about the two different systems and what the similarities and what the differences were between them, but I haven't had a real good chance to sit down and break it down. So I know this. Load times though are a lot different than they were on PS4. Like you still have load times. Like these systems were not brought here to kill load times. It'd be nice if they did, but they don't. And we also have to let developers take a chance to like learn their way around the tech. This is brand new tech. I'd be surprised if the developers had like a year's worth of playtime with the dev kits for the PS5. So we don't know what's out there. And of course, as we've always seen, we usually start seeing like really good product halfway through the life cycle of these consoles anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What about the DualSense? Have you played any games with the trigger feedbacks and stuff like that?
This thing right here?
Yeah. What's your overall feelings on it?
Okay. This is my favorite controller.
All time?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
This is my favorite controller. And I play with a lot of controllers. I played the freaking joystick from the Atari 2600.
What's that?
I played with the 6-button. I played with the 6-button Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn controller. I played with the technically the Super Nintendo was a 6-button, but they were the first one with the shoulder. Actually, were they the first one with shoulder buttons? I can't remember.
No, the SNES would have been the.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the SNES.
I played with that. Of course, I played every iteration of the DualShock controller, of the actual PlayStation controller, because what they called the original PlayStation controller, it wasn't DualShock. DualShock was when they put the Rumble kit in. And actually, the old PlayStation controllers didn't even have analog sticks.
Analog sticks, yeah, they did.
It was just a.
It's just a
controller.
Yeah, it was just a controller. Yeah. I mean, I played with every version of the PlayStation controller, and I gotta say, this is probably my favorite controller out of all of them. I mean, it's a beautiful controller. It's got a built-in microphone in it. Speakers, of course, which was popular on PS4. On the PS4 controller, the touchpad is still there. Now the feedback on the triggers, that's crazy. Going back to Miles Morales for a second, swinging through the city, like you can actually feel when the triggers like give you resistance because they're going with the tension of his webs when he's swinging. Oh. It's crazy. You can feel it. So it's like some resistance, and me being just a crazy gamer, I'm sitting here like jamming on the button because I'm feeling the resistance and all this stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. And
go down.
And also, okay, so I will say this: I'm not one of those people that said I wasn't impressed with this when I first saw it, but I wasn't really picking up what they were putting down when they were talking about the haptic feedback. I was like, come on, this is just another gimmick. Yeah. But Astro's Playroom. When you start that up, Astro's Playroom is like a glorified tech demo, but it's a game because it has trophies and everything in it. So yeah, it's worth wasting some time to play. And honestly, it feels like Sony's answer to Super Mario 64. It does. It plays gorgeously. It's nice, but there's a part in Astro's Playroom when it's just introducing you to the technology and it starts you off with the controller. And there's this little thing where it shows the controller being built out of cubes, and as the cubes build up, because they start from the bottom and go up to the top, as the cubes build up to the top of the controller, you can feel the sensitivity start from the bottom, go all the way up through the controller. It was mind boggling. It was mind blowing the way it happened to me. I was not prepared for that, and honestly, that right there alone made me more of a fan of this controller. I mean, I gotta hurry up and go to the store and buy another one. And also, yeah, controllers are getting expensive now. Like now they're $70, so they're almost the same price as the Joy-Cons. They're the same price as the games. Yeah. Well, actually, the games and controllers have been the same price for a while now.
Yes.
Yeah, but now they're almost the same price as the damn Joy-Cons, and I'm still a little salty about that because why does Nintendo Switch have the most expensive controllers on the market?
And they got a break all the time. They're the ones that drift more than anything.
Yeah, so I'm spending $80 for something that's not guaranteed to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, how is
Sorry, Ed.
He's at work right now. You know he'd be going off on us in the chat right now.
I don't hate the Joy-Cons, but I definitely prefer the Pro controller for my Switch more than the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But that's cool. What
How's
is
the battery on it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't charged
it at all.
I haven't. I've had the system since launch. I know I charged the controller once, but I think I charged the controller once because how when you buy something that has like rechargeable batteries, it's only got like half a charge anyway.
Yeah.
So after I was done playing the first night, I put it on the charger, but I haven't put this thing on the charger yet.
How long did you play? Because I sit there for like hours and I hit the PlayStation button. I'd be on one bar.
The first night I played Miles Morales for almost 4 hours. And that wasn't me progressing through the story. That was me going through the city trying to find all the secrets right. And all that stuff. Like, I mean, I did stop when I got the Spider Cat suit. I did stop.
Of course.
Oh my God, it's too much. But after that, it was a situation where I was just basically. I hadn't thought about charging the controller. I'll probably charge it up tonight, but I haven't really put it on the charger, and so I don't know how much time the battery life is. I'll come back to you guys with an answer on that. But actually, I need to get a second controller before I just really tax it.
I always have two controllers, one on charge, one I'm playing with, and just switch them back and forth.
Okay, now normally my plan is when I buy new consoles is I usually buy, I do what I call pre-staging. I'll buy the accessories and maybe a couple of games before I actually buy the system. That way I'm not just sending my wallet into shock. Buying a $500 system and then then buying then buying the freaking $70 games, $70 controller, the charging base, which I think is $40, which all the PlayStation accessories that they have off the line for it look gorgeous. They do.
Yeah, see when I bought my PS4, which was probably a year or two after launch date, the guy at GameStop was very happy with my sale because I bought everything, man. I bought controllers to go with the PlayStation. I bought the camera. I bought a bunch of games with it, and he's just like, he didn't even have to sell me on anything either. I was just like, I came here to buy, man. I've been saving up. I'm going hard. The PS4, which is probably maybe what I'll do with PS5, although I'm more of an adult now and not living with my parents or anything anymore. So it's a little different now for PS5.
Yeah, but so far I'm enjoying it. It's been a while since I said this is my favorite console, but I think the PS5 might be my favorite console. I haven't said a PlayStation's been my favorite console since PS2.
Wow.
PS4 came close. I will say that.
Yeah.
PS4 came close because PS4 was the first PlayStation since PS2 that we had a Monster Hunter game, and that's why I say it comes close.
What about the UI? Do you like the UI layout or?
I do. It's very similar. It's very similar to PS4's layout, which we're used to. And I remember I was checking out the Arsenal X podcast, our Xbox buddies on Boss Rush, and there was a similar question about how they feel about the UI being so I think it's the same on the Xbox Series X.
I actually asked that question.
Oh, that was your question.
I was like, because the Xbox One and Xbox Series X has the same user interface. I was asking if that took away from their enjoyment of the new console feel.
Yeah.
Like, when you get a new console, you're like looking forward to like all the different settings and modes and all that stuff. And with the Xbox Series X kind of being the same, I feel like it would have took a little bit of that enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, the PS5's UI is very similar to PS4. It's kind of what we're used to. There's a couple of different things about the layout that make it feel different. That make it different than the PS4's. Now I have bumbled around there. As a matter of fact, one thing that it took me almost a whole day to figure out like where the power setting was. Hit through the UI. It's in two different places though. Like you just gotta know where to look for it at. But of course I was sitting there like I'm still in PS4 mode, so I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, okay, all I gotta do is hold down the PlayStation button on the controller until it takes you back to like the menu screen, and then you have rest mode. But it's not like that. But once you see where it's at, it's like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the UI, but the one thing I like about the UI is the UI also helps you keep track of your progress in the game without you even having to be in the game. I like that.
Yeah, I saw that on pictures. That looks really, really cool.
Yeah, and also the UI also offers you, like, remember we talked last week about the video mode, the video hint modes for Demon Souls. Yeah, like you see some of that. Like you see highlights of the game, you see your progress of the game, you see tips and tricks for the game and stuff like that, and it's all part there in the UI. And it's really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I know, I'm so excited.
I can't wait for you guys to get there. I saw you guys sending your friends requests too. I was like, yeah, they're getting ready.
I didn't send you one yet, but
Austin, you sent me one, right? Ed sent me one
on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed sent me one, and someone else sent me one. A few people from Boss Rush sent me some. And I was getting hyped. I was like, yes.
I had a question and I forgot about it.
Oh,
I know we talked about broadcasting, so that's still the same.
Yeah, broadcasting is still the same, and which I don't like doing that. So real soon I'm gonna have to buy a capture card for my PC so I can actually like capture and stream directly from my PC. Just cut that. It's just something about the broadcasting or PSN I don't like. I think it's because I've seen a lot of people broadcasting and the quality looks kind of quirky. That's my way of saying it sucked, but you know.
What's one PS4 game you want to play on PS5 now? Now that you've seen like how Miles Morales makes the load times quicker, adds like all these extra, fancy looking graphics. What's a PS4 game you're ready to see on PS5 now?
I'm either gonna say the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection or Ratchet and Clank.
Okay. Ratchet and Clank, I cannot wait. I honestly hope I have my PS5 by the time that game comes out.
I can't wait for Rift Apart. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I downloaded the PS4 Ratchet and Clank, and I have the Uncharted Nathan Drake's collection on disc. So actually, I might depending on how long the show goes tonight, I might pop that in after the show's over.
I'm looking like I need to turn on my TV and start up my Uncharted series. You see me looking around.
I have every Uncharted game. I have the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection for PS4. I have Uncharted 4, and I have Lost Legacy.
Yes.
Which by the way, we need a sequel to Lost Legacy.
How quiet is it?
Yes.
Okay, the system is quiet. The disk drive, not so quiet.
When you put that disc in, it's like,
yeah. The system is quiet. As a matter of fact, as we saw the breakdown video. The fan is pretty big in that system. I don't really hear it, and the system is not too far away from me as I'm playing it. It's in my bedroom. It's sitting on the back of my desk. My bed is right there, as you can see. So I'm playing relatively close to it. I want to say it's maybe like 7 feet away from me, and I haven't even noticed the fan. And another fan comes on because my room gets hot.
Right.
Yeah.
What about when you just turn it on? That loud beeping noise is, on PS4. You turn it on and go beep.
Yeah, it's those same noises actually. It's those same noises. So you're already used to it. So it's not even like it's gonna damage it's gonna damage or disrupt your calm anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, now I use those beeps to signify if there's something wrong with the system, because my PS4 was kind of on the way out. So it was doing like random beeping, and sometimes it would just spit the disc out even though like the system wasn't even on. My PS4. I think that was my PS4's way of getting back at me, because like I said, when Monster Hunter came out on PC, I stopped playing games on the console.
It never lets you forget.
It was like a haunted PS4. You remember me?
It's like, bitch, you gonna turn me on?
Floating around the room like PlayStation going like this.
Yep.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
You try putting Monster Hunter in it, just shoots it back out at you. It just shoots the disc back out. It's like, oh, I thought you want to play this on PC now.
Like, you forgot about me.
Speaking of Monster Hunter, I did download the free copy off the PlayStation. Well, technically, I purchased it digitally, so I've always had access to it. But I did get the PS Plus collection one, which is like, okay, well, I did buy the base game, so it's cool that they give you the base game, in the PlayStation Plus collection if you don't already have it. But now I gotta spend like $40 to get Iceborne if I want to play it, and I'm like, well,
so it's not a cross progression.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. So honestly, I still prefer to play my PC version, but I am going to play the console version to see the changes. I want to see how it looks. I also want to see if they were able to bump it up to 60 frames per second, because I'm used to playing on PC and I'm getting up to 140 frames on PC. So I want to see the improvements, and it's great that I actually have a baseline, because I know how the PS4 version plays. I know how the PC version plays, so now I get to see how it plays on PS5. So I'll try to talk about that next week.
Okay.
Most importantly, what does Skyrim look on the PS5?
I don't have that game.
Well, that's because they haven't come out with Skyrim on PS5 yet. You gotta buy the special edition Skyrim PS5 edition.
Oh, is that coming soon?
No, but I'm sure it will be.
Can I just admit something to you guys? Like,
I don't like where this is going.
I didn't really fancy Morrowind, so I'd never really paid attention to any more Elder Scrolls games after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I played Skyrim and Oblivion, and that's it.
A lot of people hate on Skyrim because they say it's not Morrowind or Oblivion, and I personally am okay with that.
I actually like Skyrim better than Oblivion, but
yeah, out of those three, I like Oblivion the least.
Oh, you know what's notable on the store? I had not seen The Witcher 3, but that's probably because The Witcher 3 is getting a PS5 version real soon.
Probably.
And we about to get Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think we'll get Cyberpunk on PS5?
Stop.
Or PS6?
You just couldn't help yourself, could you?
I mean, this is a LeRon Q&A. You know
well, CD Projekt Red has been
57 more years we get it.
CD Projekt Red has been really quiet, so I hope that's a good sign that the game is coming on time this time. If that makes sense.
They don't want to have Jason Schreier come after him.
But...
Oh yeah, they debunked that rumor. Thank God, because you were trying to crush my hopes and dreams last week, Nelly.
I'm sorry.
And what was funny?
They quickly shut that down.
And what was funny about that is Corey is here. Corey is here to see me like grief about about Cyberpunk right now.
But hey, at least I sent you that sex scene from Cyberpunk.
Oh. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. I say you should put that in the chat so everybody else can witness it too.
If I can find it, I'll put it back up there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so speaking of here, let me just take a real quick time to talk about this, and then we can wrap up this Q&A. Okay, so as you guys know, like a point of contention about the PlayStation is the solid state drive that's in the system, the 1 terabyte solid state drive, which technically isn't 1 terabyte because there's a good allocation of space that's reserved for the game, for the system, for itself, for firmware, the UI and stuff like that. I think someone beat you to it, Austin.
Oh, no, that's me.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
Okay, I was like, should I ban this person?
Yeah, you probably should, though.
Okay, I ban you. I'll put the timeout.
Moderator, but...
Yeah, so the system technically has a terabyte of space in there, but just so people know, like 1 terabyte isn't exactly 1,000 gigabytes of space. It's not. 1,000 terabytes in the way computers do it is actually 931 gigabytes. So you're already getting the shaft. You're already losing 69 gigabytes.
Boy, everything just went.
of space.
I was trying not to like let my face talk, but
I'm like, wow, I really just did that. I went from the shaft to 69. I really just did that.
That's why I stopped. Like, I crack a joke, but
I wasn't even trying that. It just happened.
I saw you hesitate too.
I don't get it. That's that Samuel L. Jackson movie, right?
Yeah. All right. So you take that 931 gigabytes of space right there, right? But you technically only wind up with 667 gigs of space, I think, roughly, because there's a lot of that gets allocated to the system for firmware updates, as well as the system UI and all that stuff, and the operating system and stuff like that. So you roughly have 66% of your system's available storage space. So I did a breakdown because I downloaded 10 PS4 games and 4 PS5 games, and just tried to soak up as much room of that hard drive space as possible. The system wound up reserving almost 100 gigs of space reserved for like the gameplay, as well as more system memory for like the UI and stuff like that. So I wound up actually downloading 540.9 gigs of game and app data. And here goes some. Remember how I was saying I didn't want to get the digital version of Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I bought the disc version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the data used to store that game was 86 gigabytes.
That's a huge game, and it's still not new. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. I heard, I haven't actually done research, but I heard it actually, if you got the digital version, it's 170 gigs.
Ow.
I need to verify that. I heard that and I didn't check it out.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, 2K20 said that you'd have to have a minimum of 150 gigs, so...
That's a damn basketball game. Why?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like,
that's
and then
why.
The value in like sports games go down. I wouldn't even dare.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna trade in next week at GameStop. It's gonna be $10.
Yeah.
$5.
Uncharted 4.
I mean, you could try and trade in your PS5 at GameStop, and they'll probably give you $10.
Uncharted 4 took up 58 gigs of space, and Monster Hunter took up 59 gigs of space, and that's Monster Hunter the base game, not Monster Hunter with the expansion. On the PS5 side, Spider-Man Remastered took up 54 gigs of space, and Miles Morales took up 39 gigs of space. But Bugsnax only took up 8 gigs.
That's a baby game.
So if you just play games like Bugsnax, you'll be all right.
Yeah. So I mean, so there you go. There's some eye openers right there. I think as of right now, I have like 24 gigs of space available, and I can't find a game small enough to put on that at that point now.
Uh-oh.
I really wish you would just buy Call of Duty on PS5 so we can know how much that thing's gonna be.
I don't know.
Somebody had started downloading it, and I think they were like 6 hours into it. I was like, that is.
I need to look up how many gigs Call of Duty is right now, because this is before they even update it. Because Call of Duty Modern Warfare started at probably, I think it was under 90 gigs. I'm pretty sure when it first came out, and now it's 140, 150 something.
Oh, hold on a second. That Uncharted 4, by the way, that was just the single player mode. That wasn't single and multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rough day for people who play. Like, I like to have all the sports games downloaded, and then like I have Call of Duty and Overwatch, Borderlands, like anything I play with friends and stuff. And I like to have those all downloaded, so anytime someone wants to play, it's already there.
Go. Yeah, I get you.
And then I'll play like single player, but I don't think I'm going to be able to even do that this time, because by the time I download those games, I don't know if I'm going to have enough room to even download a single player game for when I'm playing by myself. So
yeah,
it's kind of sucks.
My thing is, I hope Sony Herbs and hardware unlocks the SSD slot on the system, because you guys saw how bad my heart hurt when I saw that.
Oh yes.
The price.
When I saw the price for the 2 terabyte SSD for your a potential candidate, because Sony needs to release. Sony says they're going to release a list, and I think this is some of that. You know how we turn around, we always say these companies don't care about us, they only want our money. This is one of those few times when, like, Sony, is trying to help us out and trying to make sure we spend our money wisely and correctly, because someone could easily buy the wrong, like, M.2 SSD storage, and the system won't use it. So yeah, I'm waiting for them to hardware unlock it, but I'm also waiting for them to turn around and say which ones are preferred. Honestly, I don't see anyone going wrong by, as long as you get a Generation 4 compatible SSD, you should be fine. But yeah, like $400 for 2 terabytes. Like, man, that's a digital.
Hopefully by the time they do that, though, there'll be a cheaper version, and if a lot of people have PS5s and want one, the demand will be so high that people will be able to drop it.
I think
price maybe.
I think so, because that's honestly what happened. That's honestly what happened with when Microsoft, what was it, Xbox 360? The Xbox 360 started driving down the prices of, like, external hard drives. Yeah. So
almost everyone has one now.
Yeah,
external hard drive on their console.
Yeah, I actually need to get one for my Xbox One, but I'm gonna wait.
You gotta save up for that $400 2 terabyte for your PS5.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I swear, like the odds of OnlyFans is starting to become a reality now.
Hey man, if I could pull it off, I'd do it right now. I wouldn't even care. I'd have no shame.
Trust me, man. Like, there's somebody out there that will just.
If someone will pay me PS5 money for pictures of my feet, sign me up. I will do it now. Do it right now.
Look, as long as you don't have, like, Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble feet, I think you're in there.
Oh, well, I guess I'm out.
All right, so
I'll throw in some elbow picks too.
But
why not?
But going back to storage, though, like the extended storage, though, for the options for the PS4, like, basically, I'd recommend getting any USB 3.0 or 3.1 external hard drive and hooking that up and throwing your PS4 games on there. The beauty about that is the PS4 games will load and play off of the external hard drive, so you have an option there.
So it can play off the hard drive on the PS5, or do you have to take the games from the hard drive, put it on the PS5 to play them?
No, it'll play the games directly from the external.
Any
PS4 games.
Any PS4 optimized game you can put on a hard drive that you have now for your PS4, and you'd be good to go.
Yeah, it's my understanding that's how it is.
Okay.
It's my understanding. I mean, it even tells you that in this from the system in the UI. It tells you that.
But the horror story is if you put the PS5 games on your hard drive, you can't like get them off. Or
I haven't heard that.
I think I've heard that like if you put a PS5 on there, just like because you're thinking, oh, I can't play the PS5,
but I can store it there.
drive, but I can store it there, and you can't take it back off.
Oh damn!
So
basically, you have to hook it up to. You have to hook your external up to a computer and format the hard drive.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm not exactly entirely sure that's true, but I'm 99% sure I read that.
It's a possibility. It is a possibility. All right. Anything else for the Q&A? I think I touched on all the topics I want to talk about. Hopefully I gave just enough tech stuff as well as enough realistic gamer stuff to keep a nice balance.
I don't know. You good?
I tried to make the promise when we first started the Crossroads show that it would not just be like tech talk. That we're saving that for the PC show.
When's that starting?
Oh, I don't know. Sometime next year. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get it off the ground after the Monster Hunter show.
Yeah, that's got to be you though.
Yeah, I'll be on it. I need to find some other tech nerds to get on there with me though. It just can't be me. It can't be, and I definitely don't want to be like Tower Casuals, whereas Corey and Josh just those two. I need at least
what a bunch of dorks.
I need at least two people because I need to find some Monster Hunter people that want to go on the. You're not gonna catch me sitting down, showing off how lonely I am, talking about Monster Hunter for 90 minutes. All right. Well, y'all Q&A'd me. Let me Q&A y'all. When y'all getting PlayStation? When are y'all getting a PS5?
Sometime next year. After they work out the kinks and stuff, because I don't trust systems when they first come out anyway.
Okay, you know what? I'm the same way too. I still question myself why I had to get a system in launch, but I know one of the main reasons why is because like I'm I got invited to become a member of the Boss Rush team and stuff like that. And then when we were putting together the PlayStation show, I was like, okay, I used to be a PlayStation gamer, so why do y'all want me? So I felt obligated. So I tried my best to get the system in launch. And technically, I did not get the system in launch. My roommate was the one that got the system. He actually lucked up and got the pre-order and stuff like that. And then when it got delivered on the Thursday, I told him it was here, and he was like, well, you're gonna play it, so just go ahead and hook it up in your room. I was like, are you being for real? He's like, yeah, just go ahead and play it. Like give it back when you get your PlayStation. And then Saturday, we were downstairs and we were having dinner, and he was just asking me some questions, how I was enjoying it and everything. And I was like, man, I'm having fun. Like I'm trying not to buy a whole bunch of games and stuff because technically it's your system and I don't know when I'll be getting one. And he was like, you know what? I had a PS4 Pro. I only turned it on to play games, and when I play games, I beat them. He beat Final Fantasy. I think he said he beat Final Fantasy 7 in under 20 hours, and this is a long ass game.
That's a long game.
Yeah. He's one of those guys, like he'll get a game and he'll burn it up just so he can move on to the next game. I wish I had it in me. I'm always exploring and stuff, so I'm one of those people, like, when I know a boss room is coming up, if I know the boss room is left, I go right.
Yep.
That's me.
I open every chest, pick up every coin, and I'm like, it's a bad thing. It's bad.
That's why I haven't beaten Miles Morales.
I play through it first, and then I go back for the collection.
I do that too. I haven't beaten Miles Morales. Miles Morales can be beaten in under 10 hours. I have not beaten it because I've been running around the city trying to find all the little loot chests, the time capsules, and all that stuff.
I had to play through it first, then go back for everything.
Yeah, so he was sitting there. He's like, I barely turned my PS4 Pro on. When I do turn it on, like I'm barely playing the games and stuff like that. He's like, do you just want to buy my system? And I was like, are you being for real? He's like, yeah, I'll sell you the system right now. I'm like, I have the $500 right now. He's like, take the system. So technically I've had a system since launch. So I got lucky, and I thank my roommate for that.
Well, I think tax season I'll be able to get one. Mm-hmm. I think that's when I'm hoping by that point there'll be
I think tax season there'll be more availability too. I think so. Let's see. You talking about tax season, or are you talking about like the April deadline, like when you're supposed to file your taxes?
I get my taxes done
as soon as you get your W-2. As soon as you okay.
So February maybe I should be good to go. But I figure you know how they do. They'll release a bunch of them during tax season when most people are getting their taxes back, and so I bet you about that time hopefully.
Bro, I ain't even work this year. So I don't even know how that's gonna work.
All right. Well then, I guess that's it for the Q&A. I'm glad y'all didn't beat me up too badly on these questions.
Mm-mm.
But you didn't play Bugsnax, so
I have not played Bugsnax. I will have played that and some other games last weekend. Like right now, Miles Morales and Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, it's like hooking up with the high school girlfriend that you just never got over. That's really what it is right now, honestly. Because I'm playing it and there's so much different about the game, but there's so much that's still the same. And it's like, wow. Like I didn't think I was gonna fall in love with Final Fantasy VII the way I'm falling in love with Remake right now. And they need to hurry up and put parts 2 and 3 out.
I hope it doesn't take long. I hope they're really consistent and get all that.
They better not
out there.
They better not drag out Final Fantasy Remake like they dragged out Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, or Final Fantasy 15 for that matter.
Like 3 consoles later.
Also, we need to link up and play something on my PS4 and then your PS5 and see how that works.
Oh yeah. I guess so. We do. I guess you are trying to get me to get Call of Duty, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't have to be Call of Duty. We could play Monster Hunter if you wanted to.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. That's not bad because technically
we need to test
because technically that's crossplay.
Yeah, that's crossplay. That's why I was trying to think of. I don't know if there's any other games. There's Call of Duty. What are PS5 optimized PS4 games? Is what I'm trying to think of. That are multiplayer.
Destiny.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Destiny.
I have Destiny 2 as well. So if you have Destiny 2,
I have the free version that they gave out.
So did I.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that works pretty well with PS5, PS4 players. Because that's the other thing. I have a bunch of friends that I play with most of the time. I'm like, man, if you all don't have PS5, I don't want to be the only one with a PS5 and then not play with you guys or whatever.
Don't be that elitist. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our big topic because I think this is going to be a fun one tonight. Our big topic for tonight is what are we, the Crossroads crew, thankful for with video games? And also, what are we wishing for with this console generation? Nelly, I'm going to go ahead and start with you first. What are you thankful for when it comes to video games? And this is not just PlayStation. This can be just video games as a whole. And then what you're wishing for with this console generation.
Well, I'm just overall thankful for video games, and that's therapy for me, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a way that I can live in multiple worlds without even living in the world that I'm in now. So.
Remember that old PlayStation slogan, "Live in your world, playing ours." Yes, yeah. I love that slogan.
Was that PlayStation or was that Dreamcast?
That was PlayStation.
That was PlayStation.
That was PlayStation. Okay. Dreamcast was its thinking, and there was one other one, but PlayStation was. I want to say it was PS. It was PS2 when they said "Live in your world, playing ours." It was PS2. Yeah, it was right around.
It was PS2.
It was right. It was right around the first God of War came out.
Yep. So yeah.
Yep.
Again, just stepping out of the real world, I can find this is my way to escape. This again, therapy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we wishing for this console generation?
Well, yeah.
I just want it to last long.
Oh, I think I think there's going to be some longevity. I think there is.
Yeah.
I just want it to last long so I can save up for the next one.
And then you can play Cyberpunk on that one.
Exactly. Yes, that's another thing I'm waiting for.
I swear, can't take you guys anywhere. I swear. Austin, what are you thankful for when it comes to video games?
I mean, I'm saying with Nelly, I'm thankful that I'm able to afford and be blessed with all three of the last or this current console generation or last console generation, whatever you want to call it. So, just to play a variety of games, have a lot of stories, have a lot of memories with them. You know, thankful for no shortage of games of any kind of game you want to play is out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're into turn-based RPGs or you're into first-person shooters, they're all there. So it's I really like it. I would like to be thankful for Resistance Remaster, all three of them, and then Resistance 4, or Ken Levine to come back and make another BioShock.
Oh
game.
My God!
But that's never gonna happen.
Ken Levine.
I would just take whatever Ken Levine's working on.
Yeah.
I think he's making secretly. I think he's making that BioShock PS Vita game that we were promised.
Oh yeah.
And like.
Was it supposed to tie into Infinite?
Yeah.
I remember that. As a matter of fact, Infinite was supposed. Wait, did Infinite come out for Vita?
Nope.
It was supposed to, Infinite was supposed to come out on Vita, and there was supposed to be a new BioShock game built for the Vita that was going to tie into Infinite. I remember that.
Yep. And never happened. But I'm thinking Ken Levine will drop BioShock on the Vita, and then everyone's going to want a Vita, and they can't get one.
And also,
I bought them.
Also, I gotta say, Ken Levine, he was like my type of nerd.
Oh yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, American Hideo Kojima or something. Like
that could be close.
Man.
That could be close. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just an interesting dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever he's interested in is interesting just because he finds it interesting. So it's like really weird. But,
it's like I'm coming to America. Remember when like they were bringing him like prospects for wives, and every time he asked the lady a question, she's like, "Whatever it is you like."
Yeah.
Whatever it is you like. Let's see. What am I thankful for? Video games. One of the major things I'm thankful for about video games is like the community that's out there, and I'm talking about the real community, not the toxic ass gamers out there, not the people who are doing dumb stuff or just being toxic trolls, online and stuff like that. The community. I've met a lot of wonderful people that I've never actually put my eyes on in real life that are like that I can call friends and buddies and stuff like that. Sometimes, like I might see one of them online or they might see me online and we just get in a party chat. We're not even playing the game. Like sometimes we're in party chats for games that we don't even have.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that.
Talk to everybody.
It's the community. Like of course, like the stories, the excitement of video games and stuff like that. I'm always there for. Like I cut my teeth on Atari, but I grew up in the Nintendo era, so like remembering games like Legend of Zelda, Metroid, stuff like that, and fully eclipsing and becoming a PlayStation gamer and playing games like Final Fantasy VII for the first time, Final Fantasy Tactics, all the Square Enix titles from back in the day, man. Oh my! On the PS1 era, like Square Enix could do no wrong. Stuff like that, and just more and more as games progress and things like that, So I'm just thankful for the community, the friends I've made, you guys, of course, and all the experience and stuff like that. For this console generation, what I'm wishing for is right now, this console generation, it's amazing seeing how these systems are creeping up closer and closer to like this to quality that I see on the PC side, and I want to see more of that. But I know this, like I said earlier, as we get a little bit further into the life cycle of these systems, we're really going to start to see what the developers can do with this tech, and that's going to be amazing. Like when we start seeing like the real Unreal Engine 5 games coming, oh my god, like that's going to be groundbreaking. Stuff like that. Of course I'm wishing for Monster Hunter 6. Of course I'm wishing for that.
Monster Hunter Universe.
Oh man.
Monster
Oh, you know what? You know what? Capcom always makes a universe title, so I can't wait for that.
You met Monster Hunter Universe, but you're going to different planets.
Oh, see, someone tried to tell me that, and I'm like, I don't buy that.
Maybe.
Hey.
I don't know. They might take a cue out of the upcoming Monster Hunter movie that's coming out. You know, or it's like, we're just gonna yank you away from.
Would you play a Star Wars Monster Hunter with like a Rancor and stuff like that?
Wasn't that the Force Unleashed?
No, not really.
Would I play a Star Wars? If they did it right, because I don't know, Star Wars games are kind of hit or miss with me sometimes. Like I do like Fallen Order. I do like that. I did like that new one.
I haven't played Fallen Order.
It's available on the PlayStation Store for PS5, but it's still expensive.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that one to go.
Yeah, that game won't drop for some reason. It drops every now and then on PC, but it doesn't seem to drop on console that much.
It's Star Wars. It's kind of like Nintendo. They don't have to drop it, although it's not that bad because Nintendo will keep their games at $60. Like even that, like we have vintage stock here, and like going to buy Wii Mario games is like $60 still.
Yeah,
used.
I don't
like, what?
I don't understand it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, even when your surplus video game stores still have this markup,
Right.
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
With the Switch though, I will say Nintendo kind of did it to themselves because they want to use these fancy cartridges, and they had this weird patent that they still can't figure out and stuff like that, and that's why the games stay high. That's why like it took Celeste and Dan to twist my arm to get Fire Emblem, because I was like, I refuse to pay $60 for a game that's over a year old.
Right.
And that's Nintendo.
I mean,
I think Link's Awakening is still like.
Oh yeah.
Link's Awakening is not going to drop anytime soon. But in my opinion, though, I think Link's Awakening is probably the best Switch Zelda title right now. In my opinion.
I can't wait. I really want to play Link's Awakening.
It is great. It is honestly. You know what? I cheated because I won a digital code of that in a contest. I won a code.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's wonderful. That's another one of those games like Final Fantasy VII. Like I was saying, Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of those games where it was like, it's so different, but it's so familiar. Like that's the same thing with Link's Awakening. Like it doesn't even look like, well, I mean, it was a Game Boy game. So it's not hard to make it not look like the same game. But at the same time, it does not look like the same damn game. It's like we have our nostalgia. So, it takes us to a certain area already. But then this game is so groundbreaking. It pulls you out of your nostalgia to the point where your nostalgia is just like a companion and not part of the driving force of the game. And it's crazy how Link's Awakening did that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my thankful and my wishes for this console generation. Do we have any questions? Questions from the audience today?
No.
Most of them were PS5 related questions.
Okay, did they get answered in my Q&A?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, cool then. I guess we can go ahead and wrap this up then. I said it was going to be a short show. It looks like we did it.
Yeah.
All right. So before we head out, it's just a reminder to jump over to bossrushgames.com and take a look at the week ahead for Boss Rush. Some of the shows you've already missed previously, the Arsenal X crew, they celebrated the Xbox Series X and the Series S in episode 118 that aired on Sunday. It's just head over to the site, check them out right now. Also, you know what, we talked about Tower Casual, so let's go ahead and give them a quick little blurb. They Tower Casuals, they talked about the initial impressions of Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and I tell you, Corey and Josh were hype. they were hype on that one. Also, the pilot episode of WeCap released, and it was me and Eddie V. We were talking about the original Ghost in the Shell animated movie from 1995. Check that out. You get to hear me nerd out.
Not the Scarlett Johansson live action one.
Hell no. Who do I punch in the throat for that one?
I don't know. I always saw that movie. I was like, this doesn't even look cool. And then I heard it was an anime. I'm like, the anime looks cooler than the live action movie.
Our very own Logan Corkins also posted the thank you PlayStation 4 vlog over at Boss Rush Games. So check him out. Again, that's bossrushgames.com. Go check him out. And don't forget about our other shows, Nintendo Power Block, the Boss Rush expansion pack, and of course, your buddies here at PS Crossroads. Don't forget about us. If you want to keep the conversation going, head over to Twitter and catch us at PS_Crossroads. We're the three of us, and usually Corey, our boss man, are holding it down with more news, events, and topics. That's our show for tonight. We'd like to say thanks for staying tuned and staying with us at the Crossroads Podcast show. As usual, happy gaming to each and every one of our listeners out there. Enjoy your new consoles. To all of you out there that were unable to get a console, we're with you in solidarity. We want you to get a system, and we want you to experience the joy that is. Hopefully, next week there won't be a show. It's next week is Thanksgiving. So yeah, have fun. Be safe out there. Enjoy your family. Don't hurt anybody. I can't say that enough. If you're actually spending time with family for Thanksgiving dinner, don't choke your crazy uncle. Don't do that.
Yeah. If you feel like something's gonna be said, just stuff your face with that hard, all that good food that your family slaved over. Just stuff your mouth full of it, and then you can't say anything.
Yeah, but if you have a hair trigger, stay away from the cider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone here at Crossroads and the rest of the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night. Go out there, play games, be better. Happy Thanksgiving. We will see you back here the first week of December. Take care.
Adios and audio.